Welcome traders. Today's video is going to be one of the most important videos in my index futures series. I will provide the weekly review as well as significance of 930 equity open. Whenever I try to trade NQES or YM, I always wait for 930 equity open. Before discussing the significance of 930 equity open, let's give me a brief review of previous week's market performance. As you know, I said on Tuesday that I am targeting this down liquidity. Same to same here on ES. By the way, this is Nasdaq. On the center, we have ES, and on the right side of the screen, we have Dow Jones. So I said I'm targeting this down liquidity on NQ. Same here on ES and on YM, Dow Jones. This was engineered. I preferred it. I described it as an engineered liquidity. So what we saw on Monday, we saw an expansion across all the markets. We have a big thief, beefy candle. Then on Tuesday, we have seen a consolidation. Keeping that in mind, our drawn liquidity is still pending on both ES and NQ, but it was swept on Tuesday on YM. So I consider it an engineered liquidity. If it is an engineered liquidity, price will only move back into the first fair value gap, the most recent fair value gap. We have this fair value gap over here. We have this complete fair value gap. We have this down close candle overlapping with the fair value gap, making it a high probability fair value gap. On ES, we have the same fair value gap overlapping with an order block, and we have this volume imbalance just at the price of order block's open price. We have this volume imbalance below the open of this down close candle. On NQ, we have this volume imbalance, we have fair value gap, price manipulated deeply. So what was my framework for this market? On Wednesday, I was buyer on NQ and ES and YM across all the markets. I was expecting, so we see this an expansion, consolidation. So I was expecting manipulation and distribution in the same day. This is why I traded long here, and my trade didn't went according to my plan. Same we saw on ES, deep manipulation, tapping the order block, and on YM as well. So if it is happening like we have seen expansion on first day, accumulation on Tuesday, manipulation on Wednesday, complete day closed as a bearish candle, a down close candle. So if it is closing like this, I will expect this candle's low to be protected because we have seen a rejection block. This is one of my CRT candle criteria. We have seen another rejection block on this candle as well, Wednesday, and relatively low wick, like not a big wick, long wick like these two. So I will expect it to be swept out and then expansion. So expansion, consolidation, manipulation, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. What I did wrong was I was expecting the distribution in the same day. I will explain why I was expecting this. Now let's discuss the 4-hour time frame. I will explain the 930 importance after I conclude this. So we have this equal highs on NQ. We have equal highs, relatively equal highs on ES, and there we had us along with buy side liquidity above the swing high. This was engineered. Price went again there, accumulation, manipulation, come back to discount of this move, applying from high to low. We have discount. Again, there is a dealing range. You might not have hit the discount, but I'm precisely apply here, and almost we see the discount price being tapped here. We saw an expansion in the form of manipulation, and then after that manipulation we see a distribution. So let me give you my framework for Wednesday's trade, why it failed. I was expecting it to be like tapping this favorable gap on daily time frame, and once we see a rejection from here, then we will see an expansion away from it. So this is on ES, and we have here on YM. Let's check it out in H1. By the way, before 9:30 opening bell, I was seller on NQ, and I have shared this trade in my community as well. Let me show you which one. This was the trade before 9:30 equity open. This was my long trade. It was a short trade, by the way, before 9:30 equity open. A long trade which didn't materialize for me, although it is like still around 1 to 1.5 or maybe 1 to 2, but I didn't book anything significant from this trade. And this was the trade which I saw very late because my PC was, there was some problem with my PC's display drivers or maybe the GPU, I don't know what. I saw it very late. NQ just executed with this stop loss initially because we have this low, another low, swing low. We have fairly swing as well on ES here. So this was a protected low for me. This is ES, we see a failure swing here. So on daily time and hourly time frame, we have this equal lows, relatively equal lows. We will dig deep. Same is the case on ES. And I was not particularly looking at YM here. Now we will talk about the significance of 9:30 equity opening bell. As you can see, we have this open, but I prefer the midnight open at this price. This is my midnight open. I will remove this indicator. It is like this indicator is not giving me the correct starting point. I will figure it out. It is applying to 1 hour. Okay, so by the way, this is my midnight open. I'll extend it to another day. Midnight open. Then I will mark out the 9:30 opening price. I also use 8:30 opening as I have explained in the ICT membership. 9:30 opening bell. Same here on ES. We have this midnight open. And I'll extend it to another day. 8:30 opening is one of the most important things to determine what price is going to do on 9:30 am. This is my 9:30 opening bell. Now, the important thing is, I'll try to explain here. If I am buyer, I will wait for a manipulation. Let's say we have seen an accumulation before 9:30. On 9:30, I will wait for a manipulation to take out all the sell side liquidity, and then after 15 minutes to 30 minutes or 1 hour after 10 a.m. I will expect an expansion, a distribution after the change in state of delivery or market structure shift. So this will be my plan and thought process for my trade setup. If I am bearish before 9:30, I am seeing this thing accumulation, so I will expect manipulation on 9:30, and then this will be my silver bullet. It can happen after 10 a.m., between 10 to 11 a.m., anytime. The best favorable gaps, the favorable gaps that I have noticed are the around 5 minutes to 15-minute time frame. After 9:30 opening bell, the 5 minutes to 15-minute favorable gaps. ICT uses 1 minute, but I prefer 5 to 15 minutes. This will be your thought process for 9:30 opening bell. Now let's talk about the conservative way of looking at the 9:30 a.m. ICT says that don't trade the 9:30 opening bell. Wait for a range to be developed. Wait for the initial 30 minutes. Don't trade before 10 a.m. So once the 10 a.m. ticks, you will have to identify what happened on 9:30. Is it a manipulation or price just accumulated on 9:30? As I said, most likely it will be manipulation. We saw manipulation on 9:30 to 9:45, is the first candle, and on 10 a.m. we have seen another candle closing above the candle that was printed on 9:30 a.m. So this will be ICT silver bullet. We have this range to work with, and this will be my distribution phase. For the next 2 to 3 hours, market will have only one directional move. Some guys were asking about PD arrays, which time frames PD arrays I have to mark. I have considered daily time frame fair value gap here, but most of the time when I trade the 9:30 equity open, I try to use, like, it depends on the range, what type of range I am in. If there's a smaller range, I will use 15 to 1 hour time frame. If the range is like an important, like buying, accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, so I the higher time frame narrative. There was some thought process of how to deal with the 9:30 bell. So this is my 9:30 opening bell. We have a pool of sell side liquidity. So of course, I will expect a sell side liquidity sweep on 9:30. Let's check it out on 5-minute time frame. Where are we? Here we are. So this is an up candles order block. We have price accumulating all the way here before 9:30. We have seen a strong manipulation. Strong manipulation. Price just take out the low of the previous day. So what went wrong for me? I traded long from this low, and I was expecting an SMT with the previous low. Yes, was not taking previous day low, I guess. Yes, and NQ took the previous day's low. I was expecting the price to be on the buy side, especially state of delivery, but this was not the convincing change in state of delivery, and price immediately reversed afterwards. Once it reversed, I said, okay, I'm wrong on this. Okay, so price will have to expand, distribute on Thursday, because it will follow the weekly profile. Expansion on Monday, accumulation on Tuesday, manipulation on Wednesday, and distribution will be on Thursday. So let's check out the Thursday's framework. I will use the opening price as midnight open, like ICT uses. So these are my opens. Here I will apply the same here on ES as well as Y. So these are here. We see a manipulation, strong manipulation, strong manipulation, and strong manipulation. As I said many times, if we are clearly bullish in an instrument and price manipulates in this way, this applies especially to those instruments which are trading below all-time lows. So if price falls aggressively like this, we will see an initial, this is the case here, low momentum initially, slow momentum initially, and then we will see an explosive, like there can be a high impact news, or simply the time 9:30. So this is the candle printed after 9 a.m. We have seen expansion in the form of manipulation. taking this low. So this is kind of an SMT for me. It is an SMT, a genuine SMT. From next month, I will start series on SMT with type of SMT. Okay, attention, taking this loss of manipulation. We have a CRT down close candle. We don't have any wick, so I will expect it to be taken out, taking this low as well. Huge down close candle, no rejection flow, taking it, but we are not taking this low. And here on YM and okay, once we saw a close above this candle's open price, the candle closed far way above this candle's open. Same here, we have changed across all the markets. Now we will deeply dive into 90. Hey, where is the 930? We have taken a low, so kind of manipulation is completed already. At this point, we have an SMT. This is my chain in the state of delivery. Yes, this is a chain state of delivery. Same as the case on YM. On NQ, this is our chain in the state of delivery. We have an SMT, I guess, here on low time frame. So here is the chain state of delivery, a good one. So look at the 930 open. We have it here, 930 open, and here this is our 930, and on YM this is our 930 opening. Now price has accumulated. Was already completed, and there was no need to low again because we have changed state of delivery across two markets. NQ will simply expand. We saw an expansion. We saw an expansion on ES and same on YM. So now we have a fair value gap after 930. This is our fair value gap. This is our fair value gap, and we have the fair value gap over here. This is my perfect entry to trade for loss on NQ and ES as well, like I've shown here. This is NQ and we have it ES. This is the conservative and safe approach to trade NQ, ES and YM after equity open. Today's video, I think the audio is not quite clear in this video. I will check it. The audio wasn't audible. I will record again. Thank you very much for watching this video. Goodbye, guys.